Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is actually just a quick demo on how to make a front pocket of a bag. This could work for a handbag or a school bag. So we skip some steps like the lining and other non-essentials. So we're just sticking to drafting and coupling. So first, I'm going to start with the size of pocket that I want, and this piece was actually 15 by 21 centimeters. And to get a flap, you're just going to trace out the shape because you want the shapes to actually match. I mean, you don't have to stick to a certain length for the flap itself, but for this one, I sort of just went with 12, which is the original flap itself is going to be 9 centimeters. Then I added 3 extra centimeters for the place I'm going to sew in and what's going to become the top of your pocket. So this is what our flap is, which is 21 by 12, and I'm just going to mark out the extra allowance and sort of give you guys a quick demo on why I sort of thought it was important to add 3 extra centimeters. So here I'm just going to do like a fold in. I mean, this way you can actually guess what the size of your pocket is going to be like. So since the side is going to be 3 centimeter too, so that is why I'm adding 3 centimeter to the top. So this is what it's going to look like. Imagine if you've already finished making your bag. So at this point, if you're not sure if your flap is long enough or if you want to make it shorter, this is like the best time to like make an adjustment. But since I like this one, I'm just going to go on and quickly mark out where I'm going to put my bag lock. So if you're using magnets, you don't have to do this, but since I'm using a lock, I have to like cut out the holes before I wrap it with my synthetic. So we're just going to do quick checks. Then when we're done, we can now go on to measure the side. So I folded this into 2 because it's easier to maneuver chipboard. But if you're using something like cardboard or cellulose paper that's stronger, you can actually open this out and measure it once. So when I measured my own, it gave me 52 centimeter. And since I've said before that the depth of my pocket is going to be 3, so that is why we have this strip. So for this type of pocket, you need just those 3 sides. And when you're done, you can now put it on your piece. So this is just a random piece of cellulose paper that I just wrapped just for aesthetics. We're not going to go beyond this point. I'm just showing you guys how to sew the pocket on the panel itself. So now I'm just going to quickly wrap all our stiffeners. You can actually use Mako or chipboard. I think chipboard is better because it's flexible, because if you use cellulose paper, it's going to be too strong and it's going to be hard to sort of like bend it when you're trying to sew through. But the cool thing about this type of pocket is that it doesn't just have to be with like school bags, it could be with handbags, and you can actually change the shape. It doesn't even have to be like a rounded square. It can actually be full-on semicircle or like any shape you want it to be, like a polygon or whatever. So now that our glue has sat a bit, we actually do start with the side piece, not the front or any other way. So for me, this is how I actually do mine, and this is how it works for me. This is like the simplest way that I know. So first, you actually sew on the sides of the gusset of the pocket. I think you can see it like that, because after doing that, then you now move on to sewing the flap. So it's easier this way, it's more convenient. And I don't know, it just works well for me. I don't have issues. So I know it looks weird that we skip the lining, but like I said at the beginning of the video, this is just a demo, so we don't have to do all that. So please bear it in mind that if this is for a project that you're actually making for a client, you actually put both the inner and the outer part of your pieces before you actually move on to coupling. So as you can see, this is like a really easy front pocket to do, because after you sew the side, the flap, then you just move on and you sew the front to it. Like I said before, you don't have to use like the bag lock. You can use like a magnet or like a hook or a buckle. Any style actually works. This is one of the most common pocket styles that I've been using for the last few years, and I don't know what to think about this. What other parts of a bag would you want me to actually try on? Put in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next posts.